intricate. Let's start with this little winner right here, this black and red number.
That's inspired by Madonna's recent campaign with the Matadors. I saw the Matador outfit she wore at the Grammys, and I was like, I have to duplicate this for the dogs. And it's my newest piece in all my ad campaign. And as you can see, it's all hand done. It's couture for a reason. Couture meaning that most of the work is done by hand.
It's fantastic. So approximately how long does it take to create something like this, Madonna-inspired?
That piece took about a week.
Wow.
And everything is hand-sewn, including the stones. Each one is hand-sewn.
And is it already promised to someone?
That belongs to Bogey. That's my archival piece. There's 6 of them that I made, and 4 of them went, and 1 was kept for Bogey, and 1 was kept for Kimba.
No, do they know if one of the dogs has an outfit that the other doesn't?
I don't know, but I think that they sense it. And the funny thing is, when Bandit died, and we had they made me do a funeral ceremony, and I called it the celebration of his life. All his little friends came dressed I get verklempt when I say it, but they came dressed in my design, so it was like a commemorative to Bandit.
So fantastic. Okay, so 4 of them went. Approximately how much does something like this go, especially when it's so loaded in pop culture?
That's about $500, that one.
Okay. Mm-hmm. It's beautiful. Let's move on to this beautiful white and gold number.
This was something that I started doing about a year ago called Sheer Illusions. The warm weather's coming because I do things to... it's not just about dressing the animals. It's about, will they wear it? How comfortable will they be in it? There's breathability in the fabrics. As you can see, this is sheer. It's an entire illusion of 3-dimensional flowers. There's Swarovski crystals all over. And it's more for comfort. And this was for Easter because we just got back from Europe. I took the boys to Europe, and we were at Keukenhof in Amsterdam, and they wore these outfits with the tulip fields, and it was incredible.
That's amazing, and it's very breathable.
Yes.
And it helps them have a little piece of home when they're traveling.
Absolutely.
The calmness.
That's very important. When you travel, you should have something that's theirs, so that it's by scent. They feel comfortable. They're not so estranged from their environment, so they feel good.
All right, here's the thing. There's something to be said for the outfits, but the hat, right here, it's just like the icing on the beautiful clothing cake.
Well, the hats were another little something I started doing when I did the girls' attires, and then I did them for the boys in the form of top hats, which now I'm notorious for. I'm famous for the top hats and for the derby that's on the table. And these things are iconic because it's like, you see the elastics. Has he shaken his head once?
No, you have not shaken your head
He's been
once.
very good. He hasn't tried to take it off. The dogs love the hats.
Do you love the hats?
Yeah.
Do you love this hat?
Kimba, look at the hat. Look, yeah.
Oh, she's so happy. Kimba's so happy. This is special. No, it's hard to make a hat. So you simultaneously have to be a costume designer and a milliner.
Yes, and the funny thing is, last Easter, we got caught in the newspapers. We got a lot of press, and all of a sudden the next day after the Easter parade, the wonderful Easter parade we have in New York, I was on the cover of Women's Wear Daily for millinery work, which I never planned. I never took a class for. So it was just, like you said, the frosting on the cake.
It's definitely a product of love, and it shows.
Yes.
So approximately how much is this little tiny beautiful hat?
That little hat is not much, about 50. It could be between 50 and 75. This has a little bling, so this will go close to $100.
That's fantastic. All right, we have to talk about the blue and the yellow.
Yes.
This is gorgeous. I'm going to just reach over here and pull it up because this is just fantastic, you guys. Look at this. I want this for myself. I miss this. I really feel like you just need to create a dog pageant.
Yes, there's
just
dog
so
pageants already. There are. Yeah, there are dog pageants and doggy weddings. And I created this for Fashion Week Brooklyn 2 years ago. No, actually, it was last year. And there was a garment for a woman that matched this because I'm also now going back to women's wear. So I'm doing matching women's wear with the dogs.
That's amazing. So, okay, approximately, let's talk about this. I'm going to guess that your clientele wants custom.
Everything.
It's not like this is going to be, there's not going to be a ready-wear line anytime soon.
People ask me for it, but the truth is everybody wants one of a kind. They want it the best. They want it the most unusual. They bring me materials. They bring me jewels. They bring me all sorts of ideas. And trust me, they go far beyond anything you would expect.
Thus far, what's the most outrageous, expensive thing you've designed for a pet or pet and their pet parent? Okay,
I designed an outfit for a dog that was, it came with the jewels to match. I had to do the necklace, a crown, because it was a pageant type of an event. And for that, I got named Designer of the Year 2014. It ran $5,000. and it was covered in individual silk flowers that were then held in with Swarovski crystals. And it was a gigantic ball gown with a faux fur wrap, and the skirt came off to expose another dress underneath that was a harness, and it took like 5 different fabrics to create just the top piece. It was a 3-dimensional illusion, and it was a dream. And when I went to the judges, they were, I do these things for the fun of it. I'm like, I don't need to compete. I'm already, So I go to the judges, and they were like, oh, it's wonderful, it's beautiful. And then I was like, oh, wait a minute. And I reached down and I pulled the skirt off, and they were like, oh my God. And it was like a Parisian moment. Everybody was like clapping. It was hilarious.